Before we go any further, let's go ahead and label our layers. So we're going to label this new diamond frame as diamond 2. So that'll be frame 2. And then we can go ahead and label all of our sparkle animation frames as 1, 2, 3, and 4. So starting with 1, we're going to call it 1, 2, 3, and 4. Great. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to set up a timeline animation in Photoshop. The way you do this is by coming up to Window, coming down to Timeline, and that'll create a timeline down here at the bottom. Now, we want to go ahead and create a frame animation. So we'll click that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add 10 frames to our animation by clicking this little icon that is the same icon as the new layer icon. So we'll add those until it comes to 10. Perfect. Now, the way animation frames work in Photoshop is when you select a frame, whatever is turned on layer-wise is what's going to show in that frame. So for our first frame, we want to start off with our original diamond. So we're going to go ahead and turn off the first one. And we want to keep the outline on. And for the first little while in our animation, we just want our diamond to rotate. We don't want to see any of the sparkle. So I'm going to turn off my sparkle layer. So that's going to be our first frame right there. Let's go ahead and move on to the second frame. So the second frame is going to be the rotation. So it's going to be frame number 2. So we can go ahead and turn that layer on, and that makes it frame number 2. Now the next one is going to rotate back to the original position, so we can leave that one the way it is. Then we'll come to frame 4, and let's go ahead and turn on our frame 2 again. And we're going to continue to do this all the way across. So the next one is going to be the original, and then the next one is going to be frame 2. So we're just going to alternate between the two of them. Great. So now let's go ahead and play that and see how that looks. So down here there's a play button. We can go ahead and hit play, and that shows us the animation. Now there's two things wrong here. One, it only animates one time, and 2, it's going way too fast. So let's first fix the speed problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to select all of our frames by clicking at number 1, holding down shift, and selecting all the way down to number 10. Then down here at the bottom where it says 0 seconds, we're going to hit that drop down arrow, and we're going to set that to 0.1 seconds. So that should slow our animation down. Next, we're going to change our play from once to forever. So if we hit this drop down arrow, we have the option to select forever, so we'll select that. So now our animation is going to play continuously. So let's go ahead and play that and see how it looks. That looks much better. Now let's go ahead and let's add in that sparkle animation. So I'm going to start on frame 6. So starting on frame 6, I'm going to go ahead and turn on our frame 1 for our sparkle. Then I'm going to come over to frame 7, and I'm going to turn on frame 2 for our sparkle. And I'm going to continue to do this, moving up and up on our sparkle animation until we get to the last one, and then the next frame is going to have nothing. So let's go ahead and play that and see how it looks. So now you see it creates a nice little sparkle animation there, and it just makes it a little bit more fun to look at. Now it's going a little bit too slow for me, and I think the reason why is because at the end we have too long of lines. So I'm going to stop it, and then I'm going to come to our frame 9 where we have that last frame, and I'm going to come to the layer that's on, and using my erase tool I'm going to go ahead and erase it to 1 pixel. That's just going to give it a little bit more energy and explosion to the sparkle. So let's go ahead and let's replay that, see how it looks. I think that looks better now. Alright, fantastic. You just created your first pixel art in Photoshop that animates. I hope you're pretty excited. Now in the next lecture, I'm going to show you how to put this into a sprite sheet so that way you can put it into an actual game. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next lecture.